Hey guys, Dave Anderson here for Globe Trekker. You can find Globe Trekker at rvglobetrekker.com, where you will find the very best in engineering and DIY solutions for your overland expedition vehicle. To get the most well-rounded guide for the zero torsion subframe, please watch the 4 how to install the zero torsion subframe videos, as well as the cab over videos located here. And whether you're doing a cab over or not, please watch this video as well. Here's something I want to show you about these side brackets. You can see that it's kind of offset a little bit, so they are reversible. Ideally, you want to get this as close to here as possible. It's not attached yet, so it moves around. So this as close as possible. You want to have your bushing on the outside, and then you put your shaft lock collar here. Okay, so if this is turned around, this would actually come out to about here, and they'd be farther away from here. So make sure that you figure out which way that you want this put on here so that it becomes closest to this flange. And here's another thing that you need to figure out is where you can put this flange, where you can mount it on here, okay? And that's why you have all of these little holes here that you can move it incrementally and figure out where you want to place it if you have an open frame rail. Ideally, you want to have your side bracket fairly close to your ladder, which this is, and that way the frame twist is not going to pinch anything where this ladder is concerned. When you're installing these shaft lock collars, go ahead and tighten this one, then this one, here, then here, here, then here, and then you're gonna have to go back again, and probably 3 or 4 times, because each time that you tighten these, it gets a little bit tighter and a little bit snugger, which also loosens up the last set that you just tightened. So it's always best to go around this at least 3, if not 4 times, tightening these up in this star pattern. And that will aid in holding this on there so that it isn't going to go anywhere. Of course, with the Globe Trekker, we also have this that it's like a double redundancy. It kind of helps hold that shaft on there so it doesn't go anywhere. But the shaft lock collar is the main part that holds this shaft onto this cross member.
I'm going to utilize it as an option to actually include another gusset here, so I can actually put my loading on the side of the frame instead of just in the hardware on the top. So I'm going to build a gusset that actually bolts in here that will connect to the side of the frame as well. I'm going to utilize the whole piece. It gives me more strength, gives me more rigidity for the frame, and that's independent of the frame. So the frame will still twist, and I got no concerns on the field.
The last thing to mention is this stiffener plate, specifically designed for subframes greater than 16 feet, or for the customer that just wants extra support in that subframe. The Globe Trekker Zero Torsion subframe can be considered an adapter plate for nearly all vehicles that can be legally driven on public roads. It accommodates for a large range of truck frame widths between 34 and 44 inches. It can also be configured in a 3-point, a 4-point, and a modified and hybrid 3/4-point system. Our subframes also come in many lengthwise ranges between 8 and over 20 feet. For even more information and advice on where to put the subframe components, email us at marketingglobeTrekker gmail.com.
March is looking good. We're coming up on a nominal. Okay, all flight controller is gonna go for landing. Retro, go, I know. Go, guys, go. Control, go. Southbound, go. GNC.